All right, it is time for our weekly visit with Dr. Zorba Paster.
We are taking your calls today. If you have a question, call 270-9933. Hi, Zorba. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I want that card.
I know.
That's what I want.
That's wild.
So a long holiday weekend is almost here. A lot of people are looking forward to getting together finally with friends and family. If you have been fully vaccinated 2 weeks out from your second shot, can you just plan to do whatever you want this Memorial Day holiday?
Absolutely. If we follow the CDC guidelines, which say fully vaccinated can get together, fully vaccinated people can get together, the answer is yes. And then if somebody shows up who's not vaccinated, they should wear a mask. If they don't wear a mask, well, there's a possibility that something could happen if there are 2 or 3 people within that particular gathering. But the answer is yes. The time has come to take off our masks, and I think that's really important to help convince people who have been on the fence to basically get their immunization. And I have to tell you, it was in my office today. I convinced 4 people to get their immunizations. People who were sort of on the fence. Once they looked at the data, once I explained it's safe, it's effective, the risk factor, you are 10 times more likely to be struck by lightning than you are to have a serious side effect. Get your vaccine now. Go outside, go inside. Have a good time with your friends. I just got back from California at O'Hare, and let me tell you, people were wearing the mask, but O'Hare was filled, and there was a traffic jam. Woohoo! Who would ever think you'd be happy with a traffic jam at O'Hare?
Yeah, that's unreal. How about the youngsters? Are you seeing a lot of youngsters come in, that 12 to 15, since that got cleared?
There are more youngsters because there are a lot of parents that want to protect their youngsters. And very importantly, they're also doing it to protect other youngsters that their kids may be in contact with. So yes, the 12 and up group are getting there. And of course, now we're testing it on kids even younger. But right now, the FDA has still not, or the CDC has yet not approved that.
All right, let's go to the phones. And we'll start with Eleanor in Milton. Hi, Eleanor. What's your question?
I wanted to ask Dr. Zorba about if I should get the vaccine. I had COVID in November, and ever since then I've had pneumonia off and on, and infections, and they won't give it to me. They said, well, if I have an infection.
Well, first of all, you definitely should get the vaccine. Second of all, go to your doctor, say, as soon as I'm feeling better, then I want to get the vaccine. I think they're afraid, not that the COVID will make things worse, but the medications you're often on for pneumonia interfere with the efficacy of the vaccine. But the answer is yes. As soon as you get over that pneumonia, get that vaccine, because you do not get COVID again. And once you get COVID, you can still get it again. The vaccine makes you much less likely, 99% likely that you'll ever end up in the hospital. So get vaccinated.
I hope you start feeling better, Eleanor.
Yeah.
Let's go to Fred. Fred, go ahead. What's your question for Dr. Zorba?
I've never had chicken pox as a child, although I was exposed to it through my siblings. Would I need a shingles vaccination?
I would still get the shingles vaccination. And the reason is some people who got chicken pox actually got 1 or 2 pox. In other words, they didn't get a lot. So I definitely would get the shingles vaccine. You can also find out if you actually got chicken pox by doing a blood test with your doctor. But the recommendation from the CDC is get the shingles vaccine, even if you have no evidence that you actually got chicken pox. And frankly, if you come into contact with a young child who has chicken pox, so they got it in, varicella for some reason, you will be protected. But yes, get that vaccine.
Yeah, don't forget all those other vaccinations these days.
Right.
Let's go to Renee. Renee, go ahead. You're on with Dr. Zorba. Hi, Renee.
Hi. Yes, my question is, I got the vaccine, and so did my employees got the vaccine. So we're in the break room, and we're talking, and sometimes we take our mask off. Is that okay, even if we're in, like, a small area?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're vaccinated, you're 2 weeks post booster, you can definitely take off your mask and talk to one another. Now, your employer may have different rules. For instance, and if you're in an airport, you've got to follow those rules. But the answer is you're vaccinated, they're vaccinated, you're not going to spread it, they're not going to get it.
All right, very good. Let's go to Ken in Middleton. Hi, Ken. What's your question?
Hi. I wanted to ask him about my current situation. I had the Moderna vaccine in late December, and I'm planning on going tomorrow to the Alliant drive-thru to get my Johnson & Johnson vaccine because of the length of time was so long. is there a problem with that plan?
Well, first of all, if you got the Moderna vaccine, if you received the shot and the booster, there's no reason to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. You are fully vaccinated. We should stay with the same vaccine. We don't want to mix vaccines. There's no evidence that there's a reason to do that. So I would stay the first Moderna vaccine and the second booster. That's the best way to do that.
But even if it's 6 months between the shots?
You should definitely get the second one. You know, that's a good question. I don't have the exact answer on what that is. So I'm going to defer to the CDC website and your individual doctor. I don't know if it's 6 months between the first and the second vaccine. I don't know where the data is on that. So the reality is, if with that involved, I think it's okay to get the J&J, because in England right now, they are mixing vaccines and doing some reference to see whether or not that's worthwhile. So I don't think you'll be causing yourself harm, but I would check with the CDC website because I'm not up to date with that right now. Good question.
All right. Thank you
Doctor.
for calling. Yeah, thanks to everybody for calling. We're out of time, but Zorba, we really appreciate your time. We'll do this again very soon.
My pleasure.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
We'll be right back.